First off tonight, I'd like to very much introduce to you another fantastic helper. We received an email from Elspeth O'Connor telling us about a dedicated woman with a big heart that she'd like to nominate as a helper. Leanne Smith works closely with young people in a suburb south of Perth through an organisation called Halo.
Halo is a not-for-profit community-based agency that works with young people, mainly Aboriginal young people, or Noongar young fellas, aged 14 to 25. Halo stands for Hopes, Aspirations and Leadership Opportunities. I guess really Halo's been around for 4 years. It's been 2 years as an incorporated not-for-profit organisation, but the journey really began about 10, 12, perhaps longer years ago. I moved into a suburb called Southlake. It didn't take too long before I realised that a lot of the families in that community were dealing with some pretty complex issues. At the local church we started some movie nights and discos, and that's really how the relationship with the kids in the community began.
Leanne's desire to help led her to leaving a job and potential career at a stockbroking firm to take up further studies.
I went back to uni as a mature age student and eventually secured a position at the City of Cockburn as a youth worker, which was funded by Department of Justice. So that's why I now work with so many young men, because it's 80-90% of young men that actually are involved with justice, not so many of the girls. Loved the position, but realised that perhaps over the years things could perhaps be done a bit differently. And I wanted the creativity and the freedom to be able to do things differently, to listen to the boys, listen to the family members and respond to those needs.
We're going to talk about a possibility, so where you want your life to be. Okay, which areas of your life need work on?
Halo is a leadership foundation that aims to divert young people away from conflict with the justice system and dropping out of school and into programs that provide skills training, cultural connection and career workshops in order to build self-confidence and map out successful pathways as they head into adulthood.
So the areas of your life that you've said you want to work on, if you don't continue to work on them, what are the costs going to be? But if you do, what will the benefits be?
Some of the boys just want to yell out some of the costs of change. We have a close bond with each other. We have a lot of respect for each other. We all come together. We're all on a journey to change our lives and make our lives good, and we all come together and support each other as one, as like a brotherhood.
To realise her goals, Leanne had to make some personal sacrifices many years ago.
I had this large, beautiful house, and I remember being in the house a few months. It was the first time I got the opportunity as a sole parent to buy my own home, and a couple of years later I realised that I really wanted to start Halo, and I really wanted to start this new community-based organisation, and the only way I was going to be able to do it is if I got rid of the pressure of a mortgage and I had the funds to set it up. So we sold the house.
I think Leanne is amazing, probably the best person I've met in my life. What she did, sold her own house to start Halo, it doesn't come around, people just don't do that. So for her to do that, it's just out of this world, really.
Yeah, I've changed since meeting Leanne and being involved with Halo. I've known Leanne for about 8 years. She was my youth worker when I was younger. And since my time at Halo, I've just developed myself as a person.
Leanne's commitment to these young people and her belief in providing an alternative to detention has won support from many of those working in the criminal justice system.
I first met Leanne when she appeared in court to speak on behalf of a young person. The issue was whether or not the young person was sent to detention or whether the young person was put on a program within the community. Leanne presented with the Halo program and explained what the Halo program was about and what she would hope it could achieve for the young person. And straight away she was a person that I felt could be trusted to have the care and also the position of supporting this young person to reconnect back into the community. And so I put the young person onto the program, and the result was an outstanding success.
In terms of getting rungs on the board and in terms of success, if you look at the reincarceration rate of young people that leaving Banksia Hill Detention Centre, it's pretty close to 8 out of 10 that will reoffend and return. And here at Halo, the statistics are the complete opposite. So it's around 1 or 2 out of 10 that will end up perhaps back at Banksia Hill.
There's no doubt about it that the system does need to change. What's been missing in the system for decades is the involvement of Aboriginal people in the solution, and programs like Halo are so important because their success is setting the right example.
I asked you the question, do we shut the doors because we've got so many boys here, or do you continue to step up and provide support to each other and we keep the doors open? Your decision was we need to keep the doors open, and that yes, you would step up and that you would continue to provide that ongoing support to each other and to the new fellas coming in.
Halo is very different from other organisations, and that is because the young people that are the youth workers here have been through the system themselves. They're aged 23 to 27. They were the young boys that I worked with 10 years ago who have now been through the system, have rehabilitated and have become role models and community leaders, and have now come back because they want to help others around them.
Yeah, so that's sort of like having freedom. Yeah.
One of the most effective tools the program uses to build trust is football.
Football works really well because it provides opportunities for self-discipline, it provides opportunities for teamwork, it provides opportunities to come together and work together as a team.
Yeah, we're number ones, we've come to play footy today.
This game of football isn't like the one you might see on the weekend at the local sports ground. Today, the Halo Magpies team are going into the Banksia Hill Detention Centre to play against and interact with the detainees. This is a breakthrough that shows the level of support the justice system has for Leanne and the program.
Football is really important because it teaches the guys to be disciplined. A lot of the guys that are in here for losing their cool on the outside, and sport and football in here helps them to keep their cool.
Go Shane! Keep going! Well done, Leslie!
We've forged a relationship with Leanne and the Halo guys. They come in quite regularly for football, which is fantastic. So they're getting a lot of life skills, I would have thought, out of playing sport.
It's a great opportunity for our boys to build relationship with the boys inside and let them know a little bit about Halo and the opportunities for them on the outside.
Footy's a team game. All right, we've got to do team things.
Leanne's own sacrifices have helped many young Indigenous men and their families. Looking to the future, this continues to be her main focus.
My hopes and dreams for the future are to see all the young men that we currently work with transition into healthy young men that live fulfilled lives, that are great dads and family members. What I see with these boys at the moment is they're not only affecting change in their own lives, but they really are changing the world for others. And that's exciting, and I look forward to seeing that in the future.